This is CBSE Class 12 Physics Question Paper 2023 Set 2. So the first question is the ratio of the magnitudes of the electric field and magnetic field of a plane electromagnetic waves. So in this question they are asking for the ratio between electric field and magnetic field, and we know that the ratio between electric field and magnetic field is velocity v, and since it is an electromagnetic wave we can write it as C. So the correct answer is C. And the second question, specify the transition of electron in the wavelength of the line in the Bohr model of hydrogen atom which give rise to the spectral line of highest wavelength. So they are asking for the highest wavelength, and you know the formula for frequency or wave number, we can write it as R into 1 by Ni square minus 1 by Nf square. So in this question, if you equate this into frequency, we can say frequency by C, that is equal to 1 by lambda is equal to this formula. So they are asking for the highest wavelength. So when it is highest wavelength, you know that the frequency will be the lowest. So when you consider any transition from one orbiter to the other orbit, you know that the transition will have, there is an energy difference between each orbit. So if the energy levels, like if the orbits are closer to each other, then the frequency will be lower. So if the orbits are closer to each other, then the frequency will be lowest and the lambda will be the highest. So we can check the options over here. We can see that the option B has energy, the orbit limit from 3 to 2. So we can see that these are the closest orbit, so the frequency will be the lowest and the wavelength will be the maximum. So the correct option for this answer is option B. Third question, a ray of monochromatic light propagating in air is incident on the surface of water. Which of the following will be the same for the reflected and refracted rays? And you know that when the ray of light is going from one medium to another medium, the only one thing which remains unchanged is the frequency. The correct option is option C. Fourth question, the formation of depletion region in a PN junction diode is due to, we'll check all the four options. First one, movement of dopant atoms, diffusion of both electrons and holes, drift of electrons only, drift of holes only. So you can see that the depletion region is forming due to the diffusion of electrons and holes across the junction. So the correct answer is option B. So in question 5, we can see an isolated point charge particle produces an electric field E at a point 3 meters away from it. The distance of the point which the electric field is E by 4 will be. So here you can see that at a distance 3 meters, you can see the electric field formula will be K into Q by R square. So in this first case it will be E is equal to K into Q divided by 3 square will come. And in the second case you can see E by 4. So E by 4 we can write it as K into Q divided by R square. We don't know the distance of R and the electric field is E by 4. So we can divide this equation 1 and 2. Once you divide this equation 1 and 2, just divide this one. So we'll be getting E by 4 will be equal to KQ will be common, so it will get cancelled. So you will be getting as R square divided by 3 square will come. So we can see that on the numerator R square will be equal to this 3 square. 9 will go to the numerator and 4 also will go. So R square will be 36, R will be 6. So the right answer is option D.